Would you speak to the utility meter issue, because the panel companies, they want a meter to collect and submit energy usage data.
Mm-hmm.
And the utility also wants their meter to collect and transmit energy use data. So the people who have solar powered homes have two meters on their homes.
Mm-hmm.
Would you comment on that?
It's a good question. They tend to be different. So the last time I checked on that, the one that you see with the green ring, I believe, is a 3G cell phone. So you got a 3G cell phone transmitting text messages basically every several seconds. It depends on what the utility has set it up to do. But basically what the utility is doing with those green meters is they're monitoring the amount of solar power energy coming into the system so that they can add it to what they generate at their power plant and say, well, you know, this is the load and this is what we need to feed out and this is what the solar power systems are feeding out. And they ramp up and down the central generator based on what they're seeing coming in off the solar power systems. So that's what those green meters are doing for the utility company. And for the utility company to know what's going on with the solar power systems, they need to be constantly in touch with them. So that meter, that green meter, is constantly in touch all day long with the utility company generally. And then you've got the conventional meter, and that is, the TUP will say that they're not a smart meter, and they're right. Smart is a brand of meter that is made to integrate with appliances. And we don't seem to have them in Tucson. I've not seen any smart meters around in Tucson that can integrate with appliances. So what you have in Tucson is AMR, AMI meters, so it's a pretty advanced metering infrastructure, an automatic meter reading system. And generally, the meters are of two different types. The tests that I've performed around Tucson and the surrounding area basically show that the meter is either constantly transmitting or it's transmitting once every 30 seconds. So you'll hold up the power meter and you'll see a pulse, a very high powered pulse come out of the meter every 30 seconds. And it does that day and night. So the meters are transmitting radiation constantly, generally. And the only thing I've not been able to establish really is whether the solar power meters do the same behavior of a night time when the solar power system is switched off. Because the utility company is not really interested in what the solar power system is doing in the night time because it doesn't do anything. So I'm not sure whether that solar power meter actually turns off during the night time and then it turns back on when it starts producing power again. So it's a little bit hard to get information. I think Libby can elaborate on this, but you know, because so many people are being made sick by the meters, the power companies generally, and the meter manufacturers are generally quite tight-lipped about how their meters work, what frequencies they're working on, what the peak power levels being broadcast out of them is. It's a very mysterious field when you start investigating it. And you know, there's so many different types of these meters around. It's very hard to predict what the meter is doing. So.
Okay.